Good day, sir. My name is Mamafi, and I'll be opening our suggestion and solution for why we should change our traditional way of learning with virtual learning. For the suggestion and solution, we suggest that teachers should improve their skills in teaching their students uh, by incorporating more visual exercise in classes. This is because rather than just knowing the theory for what we are learning, we are actually shown what we are supposed to be learning. When you show something to a student, for example, through simulations, videos, images, it is more acceptable to the brain, and once we have seen it, it's hard to forget about it. The idea of virtual learning has been proven time and time again to be effective and successful, with a high rate of good grades among students and with longevity in terms of knowledge retention. With virtual exercises and assessments, students can be able to apply what they learn with a simulation, especially of the real life situation where they can see their error and can actually improve upon themselves. With virtual learning, teachers can also upgrade their way of teaching by using newer technologies such as um, virtual reality simulations, um, videos, slideshow images, and so on and so forth. The list goes on. The possibilities are quite endless. As mentioned before, uh, virtual learning can be quite useful, especially in the medical field, where students are actually put in real life situation, but through virtually, they wouldn't have that risk of hurting the patient or putting the patient's life in danger, and also they don't have time constraints. They have all the time that they need. Plus, with virtual learning through simulator, you can actually videotape it and use it as reference, or in terms of in terms of learning, you can actually correct yourself. You can actually improve upon what you did wrong before without having all those risks of endangering any lives, for example. Simultaneous engineering is gaining a massive widespread acceptance in some fields, such as, like I said before, the medical profession, because its ability to demonstrate multiple patient problems, the reproducibility of content, safety of the environment, and the ease of simulating critical events. Other ways how visual learning shows up its usefulness is through animations. Teachers should start using visualization tools such as animations as the norm in terms of teaching their students. With visualized material, we are way more easier to understand something instead of just reading something from a textbook. If reading something from a textbook, you need to analyze it one by one. You need to understand what's it supposed to mean, what is it supposed to teach us, what's the theory behind it, and so on and so forth. But with visualized materials such as animation, you can actually show the students what they need to understand, what they need to know, what they need to memorize. Plus, when you're using images, it's way more easier to remember as well. So in terms of that, we can already see a lot of benefits in visual learning. So one of it would be, like I said before, is the simulation, where you can put real life situation without any risk and without time constraint. Plus, with stimulation, you can actually videotape it, and you can see where you're wrong, where you're right, how you can improve yourself, how you can do things better, and so on and so forth. And with animations, uh, you can actually help students to understand something better, quicker, faster, and memorize it way more easier than reading something from a textbook. So that's all from me. Next is Hafiz. Thank you.
Alright, hello sir. My name is Hafiz Ridwan bin Ahmad Yazim, and I'll be giving some references on to support the suggestions and solutions as to why visual learning is important. So, according to one of my studies about an article made by Mr. Han, visual learning is a spatial intelligence. Vision is one of the more important senses because people are more influenced and attracted to images such as graphs, pie charts, any kind of graphic images. So his case study on visual learning through so he made a case study about visual learning through 3D third dimensional virtual world. Virtual world residents look for realistic appearances, and in virtual worlds, regardless of whether the world is a simulation or reality, in a real world environment, uh, residents spend large amount of time in virtual worlds. They begin to view the virtual worlds as reality themselves. So whatever images that comes into their heads when they're in their virtual worlds, they will start to process in their minds like as if it was reality itself. The concept of learning designs have evolved as a strategy towards a common language to serve considered as either a process or of designing learning experiences or a documented outcome of the design process. Another supportive reference is by Camilo and his research study on visual analytics. It integrates data analysis, visual representations, and user interactions in such a way that strengths of humans and computers are leveraged by employing attractive interactive visualizations as interfaces between users and that data, thus making data related tasks more effective and efficient. That is all for my part. Thank you.
Hi sir, good morning. My name is Paul Andrew from BT. So I'll be giving out the keywords about the research that I've made from the article, which is 3 article for my final project of my group. So for the first one is to grow the development of educational group in a synchronous environment. Second is affordances of augmented reality in science learning. Suggestion for future research. Third is blended learning, the new normal and emerging technology. So for the first one is blended synchronous learning can provide students with greater education and fosters by teachers in blended synchronous learning environment development and training opportunity present another barrier to the growth of learning from one remote student logging into the teachers lead small group face to face. And for the second part is improvement in technology that the increases bandwidth of internet access have led to an increasing popularity for synchronous solution for instruction. Not only do they provide saving in terms of time and cost, in many situations they can also outperform both asynchronous online instruction and traditional face-to-face education. However, until now, the lack of pedagogical framework of synchronous instruction has limited the effective use of this medium. This paper describes an online synchronous learning model that aims to provide guidelines for teachers and students to conduct synchronous instruction. So the model provides a broad range of scenario to suit individual requirement and covers both synchronous lecturing and office hours mode, which can help in both ways, either in office or in house. So for the third one is combining image-based and location-based AR technology may bring new possibility for support science learning. Theories including mental models, spatial cognition, situative cognition, and social constructive learning are suggested for the profitable uses for future AR research in science education, which give a suggestion to improve online learning and to learn something new about technology for e-learning for a better future. So from the last about the article, the point is so with the students are still able to learn and continue their education and learning by online if cannot face to face at university unless it is a lab research that only can be at campus. Therefore, from the research, we managed to get few suggestions or solution to help to support our group final project based on the education title that we have been chosen for the final project for our group. So these are the key points that I have took from the research of article, which can support the suggestion or even the solution for the project. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tivagar. The majority of students in this generation of technology and change are visual learners. They learn information best by seeing in an example format like picture, map, graphs, or video. These students are excellent at visualizing objects, plans, and outcomes in a spatial sense. These are the visual learners students. Although visual learning is typically not developed in most school system, it can be extremely useful too. Once assessed, here are 7 ways visual learner can be immensely beneficial. This is are the most important thing visual learners that help visual learners allow the student to look at problems differently in a way they will understand, number one. And the second one is increase student memory of important information and builds the student understanding of a big picture, inspire students, build the tools to make student more organized and help student learn more effectively. And the last one is increase the student interest in the subject matter. These are the most important things about visual learners. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurjihan Binti Zainuddin, a model suggestion for improving the efficiency of higher education. Higher Education Institute (UST) make important contribution to the economy and social life. So, university effectiveness is important for industry. Cooperation between university and industry can facilitate the transfer of knowledge and even stimulate the production of new knowledge and technology. University knowledge is applied in industry to support innovation and creation for new technology. University industry cooperation both foster new university capabilities and effectiveness of higher education. The paper aims to examine the university industry collaboration for effectiveness of education as a result of the 4-factor model. While some models explain 2 or 3 factors related to the university industry collaboration, this paper explains 4 factors. We believe 4 factors for more effective than the others model. These factors are consisting of university industry, government, and civil society organization. Okay, thank you for me.